Adedeji, the convener and the founder. You're welcome, sir.
Good morning, my friends. I address you as friends because indeed, you are the future of our nation. And being the future of our nation, you matter a lot to me. But before I go deep into any welcome address this morning, I'd like us to stand to our feet. And let's stand to our feet. There is something that I have adopted as a culture over time, right from the period we used to go to school for what we call the standout inspirational outreach to secondary schools. Before we do anything at all, we like appreciating people that have touched our lives or people that have made us who we are. And most often, we always like to start with God. I call it the attitude of gratitude. We want to appreciate and acknowledge the King of Kings. He's the one that has made it possible for us to be alive. It's one that has made it possible for us to have opportunity to be educated. You agree with me in that, even including some of our friends that are in the government school, there are still some of our friends at home that are unable to afford the little amount we are paying as school fees. So we want to put our hands together in appreciation to the goodness of God in our lives. Let's just clap to him. All right, thank you very much. God is over there, but he has put some people over us as parents. And it's their responsibility to sponsor us to school. That is given. But to also interest you that there are many parents out there that really want to send their children to school, but they don't have that money. And we also have some parents that have the money, but they don't value education. For your parents that they value education, that they go all out there to do whatever kind of job they are doing, to be able to sponsor you in school, I'd like you to put your hands together for them. They may not be here, but I can assure you that somewhere, wherever they have a feeling that their children are appreciating them. Thank you. Thank you. The next on appreciation or attitude of gratitude will be to our teachers, our principals, the owners of our schools. They have a vision. And because of that vision, they establish an institution. And due to the fact that they set up that institution, they have been able to employ some of our teachers. And you agree with me that if you go to write any exams and you do well, it's because your teachers have taught you well. If your teachers are working with peace of mind in their institution, it's because they have a good administration that is managing their system. So we want to put our hands together to appreciate and to say big thank you to our teachers, to our principals, to the owners of our institution. All right, thank you very much. I stand on this platform and we are in this institution called Redefined University. I've been opportune to work with media organizations before. And part of our job is to organize some big events. I know how much it will cost us to pay for a venue as this. And they have given it to 3 funds just free of charge. They have given us the lights. They have given us the support system that we have around here. The Redefined University. So I'd like us to put our hands together to everyone and everything that represents Redefined University. All right, thank you. God bless you. Finally, from where I come from, there's a saying that if no one praises me, I will praise myself. So in other words, I'd like you to praise yourself. Appreciate yourself that you are here this morning. Put your hands together for yourself. So on this note, you can just have your seat. Last year, we had the opportunity of coming together I believe some institutions, some secondary schools are here for the first time. But this is the second edition of Futures Leaders Summit. So, this year, last year we look at the team that is stand out. Stand out. So this year we decide to follow up on what we started. I will said be outstanding. Be outstanding. I know some of us here this morning, we have had a story before of a father that in order to impress or to challenge his child towards success, he told him a story. He said, when I was in school at your age, I used to lead my class. You are just coming up with the results as the fourth student in your class. You didn't do well and blah, blah, blah. So he was trying to rebuke the child for not performing well in school. And in doing that, he said he used to be the best student in his days in the school. But along the line, somehow, the little child found one of the report sheets of the father. And he discovered that in a class of 15 students, the father was, at that time, the 10th student. Now, the father was only trying to inspire this young man towards success, but he has used a wrong approach. So this morning, we brought you together to inspire you towards outstanding academic performance. But we sat down to think about it. What approach will we use? The best way to tell the story of outstanding performance is by bringing together people that have the track record of outstanding performance. So this morning, what we have done is to bring to you young scholars that in their days, either in the secondary school, either in the university, God in His grace helped them to stand out among their contemporaries. So we brought them together. They'll be telling you their stories. Another interest is that I need to know why we decide to choose the team, be outstanding, is that being outstanding in lives open many doors of opportunity to you. Although when the doors are open, there are many other things you need to do. And that is one of the reasons why we have formed the Redefined Education Endowment Foundation, 3 funds. That life is not all about our successes. It's not all about our intelligence. It's not all about the gift that we have. But we also need to focus on the character aspect of life. But before we go ahead to do that, let's start by being inspired, by understanding the fact that we need to resolve, even as young as we are, to stand out, to be outstanding among our equals. At this juncture, I would like us to stand up as we welcome into the house the set man and the number 1 citizen, if you permit me to say that, of Redeemers University, our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Ademola Sayo Adedeji. You are welcome, sir. We are highly honored of receiving you in our midst. You can have your seat. He will still come out to give us a little chat. So, we are charging you to be outstanding because in life, when you are outstanding, you attract a lot of good things to yourself. I want to tell you the story of someone that you all know by the name Pastor Adeboye. We call him Daddy Gio. But before he came to that level where we all know him, he took a decision in his life at a time when he was at your age. He looked around him and he discovered that everything he could see was poverty. And he understood that if only he could do well academically, he would be able to escape poverty. And as a young child, he made up his mind that he's going to face his study seriously. And that thing started showing up. So at a time in his life, because he was outstanding, even though his parents could not afford the money to buy him an entry exam form to the secondary school, because he was an outstanding student, because he was doing well, he attracted favor into his life. So that's one good example to learn. And when we say we should be outstanding, you open doors of favor to you when you are able to stand out among your contemporaries. Though he was unable to raise, they didn't have the money then, because he was outstanding, it became a responsibility to one of his teachers. And that teacher, who was a copper then, had to give out his money to say, go and buy the form. He bought the form, yet he didn't have the money to proceed. And some other teachers, the principal at the time had to vouch for him. Why did they go through all that stress because he was outstanding? So we ask you to be outstanding because it's going to do you a lot of good. And I can also tell you my own story. I was privileged to be a good student right from my primary school days. I will tell you the truth. I was not overall best student, but I was among the best. But while I got to the secondary school, I became an overall best student. But from my primary school days through my secondary school, I can tell you that being outstanding makes you to enjoy the goodwill of your teachers. It makes you to attract the support of your teachers. And what I'm doing today, it will interest you that because of my performance over time, I was able to attract one of my teachers to be part of my faculty members, even though she's not in Nigeria. So being outstanding in life opened a lot of great doors to you. Yesterday, while I was interacting with one of the leaders in this university, who is the dean of the postgraduate study, Professor J. Kolawole, he shared something with me, which he told me that he wished these students should know about it. That greatness in life is not only tied to your academic success. There are many other things that you need to learn. You need to understand the importance of teamwork. You need to understand the importance of hard work or diligence. You need to develop your emotional intelligence. You need to focus on integrity. You need to be able to say, okay, let me learn to do some things, what we call the community responsibility. Wherever you are, be a part of a group of people that are trying to do good things for the schools where you are. Those are the things that will keep on helping you as you are going forward in life. He may not be able to come down today, but have, in a way, delivered his message to you. This morning, I was telling you that one of the reasons why we brought in the young speakers that have been interacting with you is because they have a track record of being outstanding. Today, you'll be having with us this morning a young man by the name Olaoluwa Oyebode. Olaoluwa Oyebode finished from this university in the year 2015 as the best graduating student. So he's going to be the speaker of the team, be outstanding. And after him will come Kehinde Babagba. Interestingly, Kehinde Babagba finished before Olaoluwa Oyebode. Kehinde also finished as the best graduating student of her set in the year 2013. And I wrote it somewhere that to show that she is a Nigeria ambassador when it's come to the academic, she went to the United Kingdom to study in Robert Gordon University, and she won what we call the Class Prize Award in her course of studies. Also, we have in our midst Ibukun Oluwabelo. Ibukun finished in the year 2014 as the best graduating student. And one of the things that attracted her to me was that I discovered that she also has passion for secondary school students like me. As a matter of fact, she had one of our projects which she's bidding on that she'll be interacting with secondary students as well. So Ibukun will be talking to you. I said something about Kehinde Babagba. Kehinde Babagba will be speaking to you on the lifestyle of an outstanding student. So Ibukun will be speaking to you on the psychology of success. And we also have the youngest of the speakers this morning. She's still very fresh. As a matter of fact, Ife Oluwa Bejide just defended her project in this university. But there's something interesting about her. At your age, at your level, she finished from her secondary schools as the best student, and she had a straight A in her, what do you call it now? Is it WAEC? And right from her first day in Redeemer's University, she had been a first-class student up to this moment. So these are the youngsters I brought together to interact with you because they have the story to tell you about being outstanding. And I want to assure you that by the time we'll be through this morning, you will see it as a time to remember. Another thing I've done is this. After these young speakers have interacted with you, we have on this side, please stand up, sirs and ma. I call them the faculty members on Trifon. They are just the representative of the crop of people we've gathered together to be our faculty members. Some of them are not here. There are some that are outside this country. But we have a platform through which we interact with young people. But this morning, those that are in Redeemers University are faculty members. These people here are professionals. They are lecturers. They are award winners. But they have a story to tell you of who they used to be when they were at your level. And it's, the rule of the game is sincerity. They will tell you whether they really struggle at your age or whether they were also outstanding at your age. If they struggle, what were their regrets? So at some point in this meeting, we are going to break up into groups. And when I say groups, we are not going to just have Phoebe stars in one group. No, we will mix up. And the faculty members will address each group, interacting with you at different levels. We may still have some of our staff members around to join the team to do that for us. Thank you. You can have your seat. And before I finally hand over I finally welcome our honorary Vice Chancellor. Well, I just saw the acting bossa step in. Let's stand to our feet as we acknowledge the presence of the acting bossa. And we have our father, the chaplain of the university. Sir, sorry, sir. The chaplain is in the house. Let's acknowledge him, Pastor Lugbenga Kosile. Thank you for being here. Before I hand over the mic to the MC, there's one of our faculty members that is a year older today. His name is Sunday Victor Oluwadare. Let's sing a birthday song to him. That's him coming. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. A round of applause for yourself as you take your seat. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.